Okay.
All right. So we'll start off with starting strong. We are setting our businesses up for success in 2026. For those that do not know, my name is Adenike Adebola. I am the one that started the Startup Corner Nigeria, but thankfully I have 5 other amazing people, also known as women, who are working with us. So you can reach out to Startup Corner on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. You see all of that. We have a dedicated slide with all of the places where you can find us, and our handle is at Startup Corner NG everywhere. Thank you. So we move on. So welcome and welcome. Thank you for joining us. Why are we just having our first session but towards the end of January? It's actually strategic. The reason why we're doing this is that we want us to first of all have a foretaste, a little taste of what 2026 has for us. And I think we've had some visioning sessions, and this year I just perceive that we should move a bit forward from visioning. I know that we are so used to quite a number of people are used to having vision boards, doing vision boards and all in January. It's not that the aim is not to knock visioning and all, but the question I have is why will still be January? We have some companies that their year end is in June and they start their new year in July. So should they do another vision board in January when they started their real year in July? I don't think so. But I think January gives us an opportunity to re-strategize, to look at what we are doing. It's a calendar turn, and I think it's just a good time to look at what we are doing. So we just thought that instead of coming to you and telling you come and draw a vision board, another challenge I have with the vision board before I go on is that it is a drawing, right? But we want us to move from just putting things on boards. They look good and all, but we want to start moving. We want the rubber to hit the road. We want to move forward. So that's what this session today is, to help business owners make sure that, yes, reset when you need to reset, because I talked about the vision. Another challenge I have with the way vision boards are done is that we do not go back to the giver of the vision to ask him, what do you want me to be doing in January? What should I be doing in February? We usually say, oh, ask people around, what do they know me for? But I perceive and believe that visions should be born from the person that gave the vision. And for those of us that are Christians, our visions should come from God. Even for our businesses should be filling a need that God has highlighted to us. And otherwise, we'll find ourselves just following the bandwagon. I don't want to talk a lot today. I want us to do more of the exercises. But please, Adebukola, I can't see anything apart from my slides. If anybody has any question, please put it in the chat. When we get to the right, I would pause every now and then for us to discuss the questions. So if you are joining us and you do not have the slides that we gave, please raise your hand, and then I'll drop the link for the slides, and then you can go download the worksheet, so you can download and follow along. So the objective is to help business owners reset and be focused. Okay, Adebukola, you have your hand raised. I'll pause for you.
Sorry,
Do you want
I don't have the slides.
Sorry?
I don't have the slide.
Okay, no, sorry, I meant the worksheets. Apologies.
Yes, I don't.
You don't
Please
have
drop the in the chat.
Okay, I'll drop the link so that everybody can. So I'm just going to do that right now, and then I'll continue with my presentation afterwards. So I'll drop the link, copy link address. If you'd like to get the slides after the meeting, you are going to need to give us your email address. So where's the chat now? Okay, I'm here, chat. Welcome, Shitu. I was wondering who Abdul Latif
Thank you. Thank you.
somebody was at the time.
Yeah.
Thank you for changing to the name we know.
Thank you. You're
Thank
welcome.
you. Okay, so I've dropped the link for anybody. So Adebukola, you can just keep reposting the link when more people join, if there's anyone that needs the worksheets. Thank you so
Okay.
much. All right. Okay, so Omolara is in. Welcome, Omolara. So part of the second objective is to help business owners strategically position their businesses for success in 2026. I like this picture of this woman. That's why I kept it. I feel like this is how I feel for this 2026. I'm feeling like a lecturer. That's my mood. So that's why I kept it. So why must 2026 be different for us, particularly for business owners? Number one, we have changing economic realities. The things that used to work in 2025 economy wise will not work in 2026. There's dollar rates, there's subsidy, there are new tax laws. There are so many things happening at the same time that some people are even just giving up on their businesses. They're just like, whatever, let it go. But for some people, we don't have that option. We need to, particularly if your vision is being sponsored by somebody outside of you, you don't get the opportunity, they don't get the opportunity to say, you know what, I'm packing it all up and I'm going. No, it must work, but it must work within the changing economic realities. Then the second reason why you must do things differently in 2026 is that there is increased competition, whether we like it or not, for many reasons. I'll give some reasons. First of all, there are new people coming in to your industry, and quite a number of them are coming with the aim to disrupt, because otherwise everything will go. What's coming to mind is Newton's, I don't know whether it's his first law or second law, that everything will continue in the state of rest or in its uniform motion, except an external force acts on it. And in that case, there will be disruption. There are people, young people who are just coming of age, who are coming into your industry to disrupt, people that were in some other industry and they are pivoting into your industry, coming to disrupt. You have people for many reasons that are coming to disrupt. You're going to have increased competition. So you cannot continue to do things and say, oh, this is how we've done it for the past 40 years. From what I hear, companies like BlackBerry and all, that's what led to their demise. They did not innovate. They didn't know when to adapt and deal with the changing seasons. The third reason is that we have smarter customers. These days, we people have an easier access to information. So, for example, I'm going to use the example of the editor, or let's use the logistics company. Before now, if you are looking for a logistics company, you probably need to ask somebody who knows somebody, and also maybe word of mouth. But these days, I was listening to a podcast, and the person did the what they call it, the talk show host. She was saying that everything that she needed for her, I think she just had a baby. Everything she needed, that she got everything on TikTok, that all she had to do was just that there's a way you can search and you find who is selling this and selling that. So imagine how much the people who are not using TikTok are losing out on, because they have not understood that their customers are searching in a smarter way, different way. If you are still just relying on word of mouth, when people are searching for what they need on TikTok, you are leaving money on the table, right? And so you're not moving and you're not innovating as quickly as your customers are. And then it's number four is very related, technology driven markets. People are using technology to make their day-to-day decisions. So you need to make sure that your business is able to innovate and move with your customers. Use technology to your advantage. A lot of us are crying about how AI is going to take over businesses. No, the smarter people are looking for how to use AI as a complementary to complement their businesses and to grow their businesses. So those are some of the reasons why things must change, must be different in 2026. You cannot go into 2026 with your 2025 or 2024 mindset. So in this session, I'm just going to give you a roadmap. We'll soon, sorry, I'm talking a lot. We'll soon get into the spreadsheet. So if you do not have the spreadsheet, please, Adebukola, I know some other people have come. Please, if you can help share the link again. If you don't have the spreadsheet, please go and download, because we'll soon get into our first exercise. Please download it and save it for yourself. So please download. I don't even think you have access to be able to do anything other than download from the link. So please download if you haven't got it yet. And if you would like a copy of the presentation slides afterwards, you need to drop us your email address so we can send to you and have you on our database. So in this session, we are going to look into setting realistic and strategic goals, right? I'm not talking to you about your vision. I perceive and believe that quite a number of us have done a lot of visioning. You have attended a lot of visioning sessions. What happened to my screen? Where's my screen? Okay. Thank you. So I know we've done a lot of, so we are going to begin to translate our visions into goals, right? And then we are going to look into building systems that will support our business growth. We'll look into financial preparedness for 2026. We're going to look into the people, partnerships, and positioning that we need to do for our businesses. And we're also going to talk about the simple action steps to start strong. Please note that there is no one size that fits all. There's no one proper answer, because I know that we all are in different fields. We are doing different things. So I'm not going to tell you that it's only when you do cold calls that you're going to get new customers. That is going to come from you. And I expect that as you go walk through the worksheets, there will be some things that you don't know at this time. So the aim is not for you to fill everything and say tick, tick, tick. But the aim is for you to look at what you already know and be able to identify that, oh, I need to do a bit more, I learn a bit more about this part, for example, and you take action points. What do I intend to do about this gap that I have identified? So I'm not looking for people that will say, oh, I got 10 over 10. That's not the aim of this session. The aim of this session is to help us know what we know what we don't know, and highlight what we can do to close the gaps. So for me, that is how I see us starting strong this year. If you have any questions, please drop them in the chat. When I get to a good point, I'll take breaks and we'll talk about them as quickly as possible. And we'll be doing quite a number of exercises. So our first exercise is up. Please confirm that you can see my screen, and you need to go to your worksheet. So this is your first work. Please download the worksheet and save on your own device. Give it your own name, whatever name you are going to remember it with, because this worksheet, I would like to recommend that you continue building on it after this session. So our first exercise is just an icebreaker. If nothing changes in how you run your business, now you don't do anything, you don't hire any new staff, you don't buy anything new, you don't change address, how will 2026 look like for your business? If you don't do anything different from so please, if you want to type in the chat, feel free to type in the chat too, but I really want you to also put what comes to mind in your worksheets, because your worksheets, you're going to take it outside of here. One of the challenges I've had so far is that people come for all these amazing sessions and all, but they don't do anything with that information afterwards. So that's why I decided that we're going to have workbooks. So this first session is for starting strong. And every time we have sessions, we add our workbooks will continue to be filled. We will continue to write. So you have 2 minutes for this exercise. If nothing happens in your for you, if there's no change in how you run your business, how will 2026 look like? So we have 2 minutes. If anybody wants to type anything in the chats now, if you want to drop your questions as they come, please go ahead and drop that. So I'm going to continue I'm going to change the slide by 6:20, and we can, if you want to share anything with us, please go ahead and share. Your worksheet says view only. Can you download it, Adelola? Please download on your device, then you'll be able to work. Yeah, please download it. Thank you. So in 1 minute's time, we are going to move on. So if you are not able to finish while in class, please go ahead and work on your worksheets later. If you need to reach out for us to talk about some things that are not clear afterwards, you can reach out. Okay, you had to copy it too. It opened as if you created it. Okay, I'm not sure what happened there, but please download the worksheet so that it is on your device, please. Thank you. So it's time for us to move on. Welcome, Forma just joined us. Forma, you got a worksheet. You got a worksheet. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, so there's a worksheet that you got by email, right? If you check your email, you got a worksheet, and you can download that, or I think Adebukola can put the link again for you to download from Google. But if you check your email, you got a worksheet.
I've seen it.
Okay, yeah. So the first exercise, you came in just as we were doing the first exercise. Thank you. It says, if you don't do anything, you did not change anything. You didn't buy any new equipment. You did not hire any new staff. You didn't change location. You didn't do anything differently. How would your business look like in 2026? But we are moving on now because we've been on this mountain for a bit too long. So I'm
Okay.
going to go quickly to business foundation pillars. So the first pillar for your business is purpose. Like I was saying, what was this business set up to do? We are going to do an exercise, so you are going to answer these questions. I just want to explain those questions before we get there. The second pillar is your target market. Who was this business set up to serve? And the third pillar is value proposition. What value is this business offering anyone that is its customer? So let me just quickly go into exercise 2. You see exercise 2 on your worksheet already. So you're going to answer the questions. If you don't know, you put an action on yourself that you need to explore this further, something like that. So as I said, this is not vision that I'm going to force you that you must answer the question here. You go back for the ones that you are not sure. For those of us that are believers, want to ask God, this business, what was the purpose? Why did you tell me to open it? Right? So why does the business exist? I know we have fancy answers. I'm here to help support small and medium enterprises as they grow their business. Startup Corner's purpose per se. Who exactly do we serve? So you are answering the question for yourself, for your business. Who do you serve? If you want to share your answers with us, you are very welcome. We really would love to hear it. But if you don't want to, write it in your sheets. And we can also have sessions with you where we actually do a proper deep dive. And I trust that in the course of the year, we are also going to continue to have sessions that will touch on some of these questions that you may not have answers to. But these are the things. There's something, I remember a quote that says, he that does not know, and does not know that he does not know is a fool. Ignore him. he that knows and knows that he knows, something like that. Follow him is a leader. It's something along the lines of playing on the words know. But there are some times when you don't know, and you don't know that you don't know. That's the worst part. But if you realize that you don't know, but you know that, okay, I don't know this, you have the opportunity to go and deal with it. And that's what we are trying to achieve today, really. So number 3, what problems do we solve better than others? So you are an NGO, and your NGO has a niche, really. So that is what you do better than others. So, but even within your niche, so for example, if you deal with children, special needs children, so there are people within that same space. So what do you do that sets you above the other NGOs that deal with special needs children? Do you take more time to vet the people that teach? Do you help them with getting resources? Do you help break down the complex terms into smaller terms? What is it that makes your business different from every other business in that industry? So that's what exercise 2 is about. So we have another 2 minutes to answer the questions. I'll give you 2 minutes. If you have any questions, please drop them in the chat room. I will attend to them. I'll attend to any questions I find after exercise 3. I'll take a break to attend to those. Then we'll continue. So we'll continue by 6:27. All right, take some water. So welcome, Ebere. I assume that you got the chat, what they call it, the worksheet. So if you had, please bring out your worksheets. We've done exercise 1. We're now on exercise 2. And if you haven't, we can drop the link. If you don't have the worksheet, we can drop the link for you to go download it.
Okay, I have good evening, everyone. I have the worksheet, but it's not editable. I think there's another one I saw.
I attached it as well to the email, but even the one that is
Yes.
not editable, you can download it. So the aim is for you to download onto your device.
Okay.
Work from.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Otherwise,
I've downloaded on my device, but the one I downloaded, I can't also edit it. But I'll try and do that later because we're just rounding off where we are. So,
okay. I'm
yes,
surprised because I think everyone else can edit what they downloaded. Is that correct? Yeah.
Let me check it. Okay, let me check it again.
All right.
But I won't be able to do it now because we're just rounding off. Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, actually, let me just mention that for me, I could when I clicked on it, it opened the document, but was showing me view only. When I tried to download, what I saw was make a copy of, and the copy I was able to make is what I'm able to edit. So some might say they downloaded because they clicked on it. It's open on their device, but it's undownloadable because it looks like they downloaded it, but apparently, and it doesn't give you the option to download again. So really, it means that making a copy of might be their own solution as well.
Okay.
Like from my own end. Oh, sorry. From my own end, it just shows me view only. Like I can't edit, so I will have to maybe move it to my system later and try to.
No, so I think what Adelola was saying was that you can pick the option of making a copy.
Okay.
Thank you, Adelola. Someone just joined us. Who just joined us? Habibat. Habibat, welcome. I hope you have the spreadsheet. Habibat, if you have the spreadsheet, please just open it up. If you're using the link, please. That's what we were saying, that you should be able to make a copy because it's view only. So you can make a copy and move and save it on your device. We've done exercise 1, so we are now on exercise 2. So I'm going to move on quickly to exercise 3. Then we'll have a maybe 5-minute conversation before we go. So please, we are going to exercise 3 is going to be done in 2 minutes. It's a clarity exercise. And so we are basically asking ourselves about our customers. Number 1, who are your primary customers? And I want to spend some time to explain to you who your primary customers should be. So, I'm going to give the example of someone who provides services for older people. Maybe you are a caregiver for older people. The people that need your services are the older people, right? But the people that pay for your services are not always the older people. Sometimes it's their children, right? Or sometimes maybe it's their pension fund that pays you. So while the people that need your service are the older people, your primary customers are not those older people. Your primary customers are those that make the decisions on who is going to. Okay, I can see that some people, Ebere is asking for a share request. I'm going to try to attend to it. But please, Ebere, please, when you get it, please just download. Please download. Don't work on it. Otherwise, I will be seeing everything that you're doing. I've granted you access. Okay, so back to what I was saying. So your primary customers are the people that make the final decision. So for example, if there's an older person that likes working with you because you are so gentle, you are so kind, you are who they like. But if the person that makes the paying decision does not like your services for some reason, maybe they saw a vision that you are after you are going to kill their parents, for example, though the person that needs your services likes you, they are not going to hire you because the person that is paying for it will tell them that, I'm sorry, I cannot hire this person because of so, 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 and so. So you need to understand who are the people that make the decisions. Because for many of us, I'm sure some of us have had some of these experiences where you've had that long conversation with this woman and you were just nearly at about the time to more or less close the deal. Then she now says, oh, let me ask my husband. So at that point, the person that decides whether you're hired or not hired is the husband, not the wife that has been talking to you all the while. So the reason why it's important for you to identify your primary customers is to know that, okay, although this woman is one that is going to talk to me day to day, let me establish a relationship with the husband because it's the one that is going to decide whether we are paying or we are not paying. So you know how to devote your time. So with this understanding, who are your primary customers in 2026? Do not exceed 3 customer sets. We are going to go deeper into this in another session. So this is just to help us set the tone. We know who are the people that are your primary customers. Number 2, the main problem my business solves is give an answer. You can give 2 answers, but don't exceed 3, please. Number 3, customers choose my business because of this, and this. Do not exceed 3 reasons. We have 2 minutes to fill this. Thank you. So after that, we'll spend 5 minutes to talk through what we've done so far. Then we'll go to the next segment. I wish I got some music to play. Oh, we are working. So if you have any questions, anything, please drop them. So we'll talk about those in the next 5 minutes before we continue. Okay, so let's take a break and let's have a conversation. So does anybody have any questions? Anything you'd like us to talk about before we move on? Anybody anywhere? Any questions?
Hello.
Hi, Shitu.
Yeah, I'm good.
Please go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you for the submission so far. Mine
Thank
is not
you.
a question I've been following closely, and I mean, as it progresses, I'm just kind of taking note of all that you're requesting forward to the completeness of the whole conversation. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. I'm glad that I'm not talking to myself. Thank you for following. I'm so grateful. And just to say to anyone that is feeling like, oh, maybe we're going too fast, this is more or less setting the tone for other conversations we're going to have. And like I said, in case you hadn't come in when I was speaking, you may not have all the answers now, and it's fine. But the important thing is that you need to know the questions to ask yourself later, right? Because then you're able to know that, oh, I don't know who my primary customers are. I realized I really don't know. Who are those that I don't know who decides who is going to pay me? So this is something I need to pay closer attention to, right? Or I don't know what the purpose of my business is. I've been running this business for 7 years, but I cannot really say that this is my purpose. So I know that this is something that I'm going to take. So you see that I put a place there for you to, what they call it? I've called it recommendations, or whether it's actions, and then who is responsible for that action. So for example, I don't know my purpose. Can I ask myself when I don't know? So the action is on you, but who do you talk to? You can take a note that, oh, let me pray about it if you're a believer. Or, oh, let me talk to my friend that two of us spoke together before we started this business, that we need to have a purpose-related conversation. Take that action. So that's the point of this spreadsheet. You may not know all the answers. Anywhere where you see a gap, put a note to yourself that I need to follow up on this. And because we are generating these worksheets, when we come back for some of our other sessions, we are going to go back and do a refresh, because I realize that most times the challenge we have as business owners is that we've said so many things and we haven't done so much. I know we are so busy doing here and there and there. So the aim is to help you stay focused. So by the time you've had this conversation, and I hope that you keep coming with your workbooks, because we'll continue to create tabs as we have other conversations. We document and then we go and check our status. Where are we? So you see in the spreadsheet that I put something about the status. Where are you today? So you go back and do a status review. Have I had the conversation I said I was going to have? So that you won't miss important things. So we have 1 more minute for anybody that has anything else they want to say before we continue. Delola, please go ahead.
I have a question.
Please
So
go ahead.
in filling this form, I
Yes.
realized that the same things that maybe like there are answers that I'm supposed to have, but they are like my face. I'll give two examples. Number one was where you said one question is, what do we do better than not like what do we offer better than any other person or something? And I know what I want to offer better, but I know I currently don't offer better feedback than
Yes.
people at my concern. So of course, the first thing I wrote was, we currently don't offer anything better. I thought that wasn't good enough. So now what I thought I should, but I'm not asking myself, is that what we should be doing? I mean, is it okay to write what we expect that, or when you say, yeah, so there's another one. The last question was customers choose my business because I know why they choose my business currently, but I know why I want them to choose my business.
And they are not the same, right?
Yes.
There's a dichotomy, right?
Yes. So I'm asking now that it's okay to write. So right now I'm writing both. I write the the reason, the current experience, and then I write the by faith one. And I'm asking, like, is that okay? Or should I take out the by faith and write that somewhere else so that now becomes like the vision?
I'm glad you brought up this question. I actually wanted to go there. So thank you for bringing me back. So if you have an answer that is the current answer and you have a by faith answer, yes, put both. In the answer section, write what you currently have, right, as the answer. Then in your recommendations or remarks, you can put in that, yes, this is what they currently choose my business for, but this is what I want them to choose my business for, so that you have noted that down, because you're going to do something about it, because you're going to go back to the recommendations section and then write, what do you need to do to go from why they choose your business now to why you want them to choose your business. So for example, if they're choosing your business now because you are the cheaper option, and that's not the reason why you want them to choose. You want them to choose you for value sake. So that means you have identified that there's a gap, right? So
yes,
you will then need to go back and drill and say, okay, what do I need to do to go from the person they choose just because there's nobody else there or because I'm the cheaper one, to the person they would choose even when everybody else is offering the same price.
To be honest, most of everybody that chooses us chooses. It's not. I don't think we are not the cheaper option. There are cheaper people, but it's based on. I would have said credibility, but that's just personal. Okay, but like, oh, Adilola, oh, I know Adilola. Somebody mentioned my name. They don't have alternatives yet, and that's a dangerous spot because if they do find an alternative, they will step
And you
away.
may not exactly. So I like the way, the quality of your thoughts. So you are identifying that disruptors are coming. So you cannot continue to just say, oh, they're going to choose me because they can't get the same quality elsewhere. I used to feel that way until I found out that, see, auntie, there are people that their quality is even higher than your own. So what
Exactly.
makes you unique? And so those are things that you may not have the answers now. But the point of this session is to help you know what you don't know so that you can go and dive deeper and ask yourself, okay, so when the disruptors come, what is still going to be my competitive advantage? Because 2026 is a year that none of us has ever been in before. And so we cannot continue to sit and use 2025 strategies in 2026. We need to anticipate and know what we are facing. So I hope I've answered the question because I want to continue the.
Yes, you have. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Adelola. So anybody else that has a question, we are going to take another break very soon. So we are going to talk about goal setting. I'm sure a lot of us know about goal setting, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time here. So we're going to talk about goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. So those goals are, to go back to Adelola's questions, the goals are the things that you know that you want to be chosen for this reason, but right now you're being chosen for, you want to be chosen for A reason, but right now you're being chosen for B reason. Your goals are going to be taking you towards A and away from B, because A is where you want to go. So, but you need to make sure that those goals are specific. What do I want to do to go from being the person they choose because somebody referred me word of mouth to somebody that maybe A is that I want to get to the point that when they go on ChatGPT and ask for recommendations, my name will come up. I found some businesses because I asked something on ChatGPT. So how do you go from that person that is until they meet Adebukola? Adebukola tells them that, oh, Adenike is fantastic. Then that's when they will come to you. To that person that even when they go and ask on Google, it's your name that will show up. You know that there's a difference between those. So they're going to be needing to do SEO, all those extra things if you're going to get to the Google level. So goals are where you want to be, and where you currently are is just where you currently are. So there's a gap between them. Your goals also have to be measurable. So I've said it, I want to be the person that when they go on ChatGPT to ask for, or somebody ask AI tools, who is the best real estate consultant in Nigeria? I want the name that should come up should be Sisi Denike. How do I go from the one person that bought property from me and I did not cheat her, to the person that when they go on ChatGPT, they check for Adenike. So it has to be measurable. So the next thing is it achievable? Yes, it is. It's possible because it's already been done. But is it realistic? I believe so. Once I begin to do the things that I need to do, and it has to be time bound. So if I say that I want to achieve that in January, first and foremost, we have 8 more days or so to go. So I have to do amazing things to go from the one that people will just tell somebody if you're looking for, go talk to Adenike, to the person that when they go online and they ask anywhere, everywhere is pointing back to Adenike. There's a gap. I don't think I'll close those gaps in 8 days. So I need to be more realistic with my timing. So let's go. So we have the next set of exercises. I think we have 4 questions here, right? 4 questions. We are getting to more questions now. So exercise 4, goal setting. Let's start setting some smart business goals. We have 4, revenue. How much must your business make to stay afloat? So this is not just how much do I want, wishful thinking. How much do you need for you to say that your business is a going concern? How many new customers must your business get to stay afloat? Remember, I said you may not have the answers today, but that means that there's more work for you post this session for you to go back and sit and ask, what are the things I need to do? And then how many existing customers must your business retain to stay afloat? And what capacity concerns must your business address to stay afloat? These are pertinent questions that you need to ask as a business owner. So we have 2 minutes for this exercise. We come back at 6:48. If you have any questions, please drop them in the chat. Okay, so we're back. I hope you've finished the exercise. If you haven't finished it, you know what to do for the rest of tonight. So we move on straight to the next exercise, which is exercise 5, which is building systems. Let me see. Yeah. No, so this is exercise 5. Wow, it's a lot. Exercise 5 is a lot. So we are going to go quickly. So does your business depend entirely on you? Ask yourself this question, which tells us the type of business you're building and things you have to do differently. What breaks when you rest? What elements of your business sales and marketing systems need to be updated and revamped? What elements of your business's operations and delivery systems need to be updated and revamped? What elements of your business record keeping need to be updated or revamped? What elements of your business's customer management systems need to be updated and revamped. So we are now going deep into systems, setting up your systems. Remember I said you don't have to have all the answers. It just means that you have more questions to address. Hence, you have more questions to address. So if you want a copy of the presentation slides, please make sure that we have your email address, because we're going to send it out along with the the link to the recording when we're done. So for those that do not have the number to reach out to, I'm going to put the number. Anyway, the number is going to be on the slides. We have a slide at the end. So if we don't have your email address, you can send that to us so that you get the slides as well, along with the recording. So we have 2 minutes for exercise 5. We'll come back again at 6:52. So I'm going to need to go quickly because I do not have a lot of time. 6:52. So welcome, Ellie. We are now in exercise 5. We've gone through 4 exercises. I do not know if you have the workbook or the worksheet. If you don't have the worksheet, we'll drop the link for you. Please download. Don't edit as it is. Please download onto your device and then do your editing. Thank you. Okay, so we'll move on today, but if you have any gaps, please go spend some time to get the answers you need. You won't get all the answers in this one session. This is to help you know the things you need to focus on. So I'm going to move on immediately. I'm going to quickly move on to the financial readiness for 2026. And I'm so glad that Mary is coming in at this time, because Mary she's our accountant, she's our money woman. So she's here. So the things that we are not negotiating in 2026, because we are starting strong, is basic bookkeeping. I trust that we're going to have some sessions later in the year where we go deeply into bookkeeping, but you cannot negotiate your bookkeeping for many reasons. First and foremost, for you to know how well your business is doing. No worries. You came in at the interesting time, Mary. You can chip in, because I'm going to just be giving the laywoman's financial conversations. So basic bookkeeping. Then there's this one that I think many business owners, particularly those that are in the service industry, people that provide services, struggle with, which is pricing for profits. What price should I put on my services? How do I price my services in a way that will still be profitable? So that's something that you need to also think about and not negotiate. Then you need to have an emergency buffer for your business. I hope nobody is laughing here that in this Tinubu's economy, you're still talking about emergency buffer. Let's even survive first. You're now going all the way to talk about buffer. But those are things that we should not negotiate on. Those are things we need to be looking at. So our next exercise The first question, do you know your business's monthly expenses? Number 2, do you have a business account? I can say with my full chest today now that my answer to this one is yes, because I just got my business account number for my current baby business today. So I can say yes across board. Yesterday, I could not say yes. So do you have a business account? Are your business and personal funds separate? Do you track your business income consistently? These are some of the questions. These are not all the questions related to financial readiness, but these are some of the questions that you should be asking, because your books are important for many reasons. And I trust that we're going to have sessions where we actually do a deep dive into business finance. So we have 2 minutes to answer these questions. So I'll come back at 6:57 to move us to the next phase. And hopefully, I'm sorry, we are going to go a bit over time. Apologies for that. I do apologize. So if you have any questions, please, first and foremost, for Mary and others that just came in, please download the worksheet and download the worksheets. If you do not have the access to the link, please let us know so that we'll give you access. We'll give you the link and you can download. You can answer the questions now, or you can answer later, and we can have the conversations later if you're unable to get to them now. Okay. Okay, so it's 6:57. I'm going to move on quickly to the next one. So we are going to be talking about people, partnerships, and positioning, and the things that we're going to be looking at again, to go back to that question that Delola was asking about, this is where I am and this is where I want to be. So many times the distance, or what bridges the distance between where you are and where you're going to, are the skill sets that you need to have that you currently don't have. So you need to identify those. And for some of us, it's the partnerships that we need to have that we don't have. We need strategic partnerships, so that, because sometimes you are doing such great work, but you are just somewhere where your work is not being amplified, and then you get into partnership with someone. It just seems like a random relationship, and suddenly you begin to get seen by the people that need to see you. You've been doing such great work, and then you now maybe go on, for some people, you go on some of these game shows. I don't want to give any one of them extra publicity. They didn't pay us. But you go on this particular game show, and then you now, according to Nigerians, you now blow. That's kind of still, that takes us to visibility. Sometimes some strategic partnerships give us the visibility that we need for our businesses, right? And so we may not even be doing anything far differently from what we've been doing before, but now we are now being seen by the right people that should see us. Then it will now appear that, like, oh, you're doing small work, big pay, right? But that's just because you are now on the platforms where you need to be showcased. So, and then of course, we should not take for granted our credibility. Otherwise, when you do blow, if it is balloon, if you blow like a balloon and a pin gets in, you will come down. But if it's a solid structure, even if a pin gets in, there may be a little leakage, but it will not burst like that because there's something solid inside. So don't just be full of hot air. Make sure that there's credibility in that blowing and visibility. And one thing I would like us to begin to take more seriously in this year as business owners, as SUC entrepreneurs, is grants. Sometimes you may not even get the grants, but the grants will first and foremost force you to begin to think the grant applications will force you to begin to think about your businesses more seriously. And when you do get the grants, that means you're going to get access to many other things apart from money too. So those are things I would like us to be thinking about. We'll have more conversations by God's grace in the course of the year concerning all of these things. So let's go to our exercise. It's 7 o'clock. So the first, which skill gaps does your business need to close? Which strategic partnerships does your business need to pursue in 2026? Like I said, you may not have all the answers, but this is to help you begin to think about things that I don't know, but I need to know. Number 3, what steps does your business need to take for branding and visibility? Number 4, what steps does your business need to take to improve credibility? For some of us, unfortunately, we have spent our credibility allocations in 2025. We've done some work that was not so fantastic. What are you going to do to deal with all those things that need to be fixed? Which collaborations should your business be pursuing in 2026? Which processes should your business be considering to outsource? Because you may not be able to do everything. There are some times when you need to get someone, for example, to handle your social media so that you can focus on what you are known for, which is, let's say, logistics, right? Which business units require additional staffing? These are some of the questions to ask yourself. I think we have people in the waiting room. It's still early. I think Eddie is having network challenges. Okay, so which business units require more additional staffing, or you need to make this a standard business unit by itself? That's for people whose businesses are beginning to grow beyond themselves. You need to start thinking, oh, do I need to add more staff here and there? Which business communities should your business belong to in 2026? These are things you should be asking for. What should your business do better to show up consistently and excellently online? I remember Bukola was having a conversation with me concerning the quality of our videos. We need to make sure that they are sharp, they are representing in 2026. There was a time when we would have been forgiven for having blurry pictures, but now with the way things are going, we are not going to get that level. We are not going to be forgiven for blurry pictures in 2026. We need to make sure that we are showing up excellently. Is your business receiving and addressing feedback, both positive and negative, from stakeholders? How are you managing feedback? Those are things to be thinking about because we are dealing with global businesses now. We are no longer playing small. And finally, which business grants can your business begin to apply for? Are you visible? Do you have visibility on all of those things? So again, I'm going to give us, I know the questions are many, it's 11, but sorry, because of time, I'll still give you 2 minutes. You have the opportunity to go back later to finish off. But let's just do 2 minutes. After this, I think we'll have a quick chat. We're almost done anyway. Yeah. We'll just have a quick chat and then we will try to finish off as quickly as possible because of time. There is a lot to unpack. Apologies. So if you have any questions or comments or anything that comes to mind, you will get to share after this exercise. So you can already begin to think about them. All right, Delola, thank you so much. It was great to have you. Also, you have the worksheet. You can continue working off your worksheets and you can review the slides and the recording when they're out. Good to have you. So please make sure we have your email address. Please share your email address so that we get the slides.
Okay, noted. Thanks.
All right, thank you. Have a good rest of the day. So we have 1 more minute. All right. So we move. So before we go to talk about common mistakes, does anybody have anything they would like to share? They're taking a break to share now. Okay, Ellie, please can you send it to me on WhatsApp as well so that I would be able to reach out. Please send me the email address. Thank you so much, Mary. Good to have you. Okay. All right. So please, Ellie, please send me the email address so that you get the worksheet, the presentation slides and the link, the video link. Okay. Does anybody have anything they want to say? You can raise your hand. You can put it in the chat. We have, let's say, maybe 3 minutes to talk before I continue so that I don't just keep us in the class. Any comments, anything? Or can I just finish my slides and then we come back to talk? Would that be a better way to go? Anyway, if you have anything you want to say, please just raise your hand and then we'll talk. So I'll just quickly continue with common mistakes to avoid. One of the things you should avoid not having this year is structure. You should begin to structure your business in such a way that even if you're not there, the business will run. It may not run at 100% the way you want it, but you know that the business is not going to collapse because you're going to need to have times when you take a break. Otherwise, you will burn out. So if you don't create structure around your business so that everything does not revolve around you, you are setting that business up for failure. You need to be careful so that you're not copying competitors blindly. I know a lot of us, we want to see what's competition doing, what are they up to, or what's trending in the market, but we need to be careful. Remember, we asked, what is the purpose of this business? Because your business purpose is supposed to drive the things that you do. So if there are things that your competitors are doing that do not align with your purpose, you should not be doing them. So don't just say, oh, that's what everybody is doing in the industry now. That's what they are doing to survive. No, so we are different. We don't all have the same purpose. So we need to run in our lane. We need to mind our business, really, than trying to do everything at once. Because remember, we were saying that you need to pace yourself. You need to your goals have to be time bound. So like I was saying, I want to be the real estate consultant, and when somebody asks that who is going to give you the best real estate counsel concerning Nigeria and everywhere else that I play, I want it to be that when they check my name, when they check on ChatGPT, it's Denike that comes up. I'm currently not there today, right? But it's something that is achievable, but only if my timing is realistic, right? So I need to make sure that I pace myself. I don't say that in 8 days, I want to go from this person that is still telling you, come to my DM, to that person that once they check on ChatGPT, it's a name that comes. I'm not looking down on myself. I'm just being honest with myself. I'm currently not there, but I can be there. But I need to do it at my own pace, right? Then the other thing you should not do this year is to ignore numbers, because numbers do matter. When people say it doesn't matter, just keep going, just keep going. If you are doing a business that is for profit, numbers matter. Even the ones that are for impact, the numbers also matter, because how do we know if we are doing well or we are not doing well? I understand you don't want to be led by numbers, you don't want to be bound by numbers, but you need to still take numbers seriously, because if I'm going to invest in your business, I took some time last year to watch Dragons Den, Shark Tanks. They're going to ask you about the numbers. You want me to give you $1 million? When are you going to give me back my money? How much will you give me back? Those are important things that you need to be able to answer when you get the opportunity. You know, when they tell us that if you meet Dangote in the lift and you have 5 minutes, what are you going to say? You need to make sure that you can reel off numbers well when you have those types of opportunities, if you want to be taken seriously. So what are our next steps? First and foremost, save your spreadsheet in your name. That's the next step. That's the immediate first next step. Number 2, clarify your core offer. What is it that you are, they ask us a question in different ways. Which subject is it that if they wake you up in the middle of the night, you can answer? Is leading towards your core offer. What is that thing that you close your eyes, you know that you can do it as a business? That should be your core offer. Of course, as you are led by the Spirit, for those that are believers. Then you set business goals. I put 3. If you like, make it 7. If you like, make it 20. But I think you should make them as concise as possible. So 3 is just something that sounded fancy. That's why I put 3. You don't have to stay with 3. You can go beyond 3, or it can be less. Fix at least one business system or process in your business per quarter. Review your finances. Identify the strategic partnerships and collaborations that you need to do. Implement what you have learned. This part is the one I like the most, because a lot of us, we have gone to so many seminars, we have done so many things, but we are not seeing the rewards because we are not doing. So I want us to get involved get serious with doing, right? Stay engaged within the Startup Corner community and all the other business communities that you belong to. Take your business seriously. Be serious with yourself and with your business. And watch out for our upcoming sessions and events. We are happy with everyone that has shown up today. Thank you so much for showing up. We are grateful. And I'm going to call Adebukola now to talk through the Startup Corner bit. Adebukola, over to you, ma. Can anybody hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so I hand over to Adebukola.
Thank you so much, Adenike, for taking this session. A very first session for the year.
Thank you.
And, with this, we are starting strong. We are reflecting. We are looking at our desires for our businesses. And of course, from there, the next step is how do we vault over to where we would rather be from where we are. And I'm sure that if we don't give up, we will get there.
Amen.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
About Startup Corner Nigeria, it's the brainchild of Adenike Adebola, our facilitator for today. Startup Corner Nigeria is a growing community of business owners who are navigating their businesses with clarity, courage, and are ready to collaborate to ensure that their visions for their businesses get realized. We have a huge Facebook community. We have our Facebook page, Facebook group. We are currently also on Instagram, on X, on YouTube. We also have a web shop which has resources that you can explore to help you think through, because the deeper you think, the more high quality questions you ask yourself about your business, then the better answers you have and the more courage you have to get those steps done, to get those things done so that you have the right results. And someone was joking and said, oh, stylishly, they have been moved moved down the tax income bracket. The current tax regime does not concern them at all. So stylishly, he was saying that stylishly he is now, impoverished since he's no longer within the taxable income. So for some now, it's a goal to get right back to where their income is taxable so that they will feel like they're making progress in life. I'm
Yeah.
sure all of us want to do more than that.
Yes.
We want to do more than just be taxable. We want to be comfortable. We want our businesses to grow, have
Yes, ma'am.
franchises, have branches, and it starts from somewhere sincerely. What Startup Corner does, I have taken international business trainings, and even with Lagos State Entrepreneurship uh, Training Fund, it's still the same thing. It's still the same thing you'll be taught, just that Startup Corner will take you slowly, step by step, so that you are actually taking those steps while still learning them. Unlike these other opportunities where it has to be rounded up within a month or so, so you feel rushed. You discuss, you make decisions, and then we have graduated, and then you dump everything. That's where Startup Corner is different. We are always here. We are always here, and we aim to be helpful. Thank you for coming to our webinar for today. Thank you for attending. This webinar is recorded and will be put on YouTube shortly. We'll share the links when it's up. We hope you go over it once more, as many times as you need to get the meat of the conversation. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for
Thank you,
coming.
Adebukola. Thank you. And for anyone that
Thank
needs
you
to
so
reach us,
much.
yes, so for anyone that needs to reach us on WhatsApp, this is the WhatsApp number. Just send the WhatsApp message to the number. Thank you, Modupe. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Do we have any questions? Any questions you want us to address? Thank you all very much. Okay, so if you have any questions, send it to us on WhatsApp because I have to run. I'm actually running late for my next session. Thank you all so much for coming. And I wish you the most amazing 2026. As you start strong, I pray that you stay strong. God bless you. Thank you so much, Adebukola, for putting the WhatsApp number in the group chats as well. So please reach out, send your email address for those that want the slides. Thank you so much, Shitu. Thank you all, everyone. So I'm going to stop recording, and we can all then say our true mind. Let me find where to stop recording, then we can share our thoughts that will not be on record.